Hey guys, in this video I'll show you how you make your drums hit harder and feel more alive, using a special technique for parallel compression called the New York compression. I prepared a drum sample that we're gonna work with today. Let's give a listen how it sounds without the compression. And here with New York compression. Let's start. Most parallel compression tutorials just put a compressor on a send and call it done, but I'll show you a different approach in this video. So this is the drum bus we're gonna work with. As you can see, nothing is on it, but we're gonna change that now. First step, we're gonna add an audio effect rack. To find that, go to Library, Audio Effects, and then just look for Audio Effect Rack, double click, and it's on the drum group. To build two effects chains simultaneously in an Audio Effect Rack, you're gonna go down here and you click on this button. To build the first chain, right click and create chain. We're gonna build a second one. Again, create chain. The first one we're gonna call dry, as this is basically our original sound signal. The second one we will call NY for New York, because the second chain is our New York compression. Why? Because this way we have full control, because you can blend the heavily compressed signal underneath the original dry drums, which is nice. Before we start working on our New York chain, the first thing we're gonna do is actually take out the dry one. We just want to hear the sound from the New York chain now, so we can shape it. Next up, on the New York chain, just add an EQ. I'll take the EQ8. To find the EQ8, go to Library again, Audio Effects, until you find the EQ8, and then just take it down and drag it into here. Now we have an EQ8 on a New York chain, but not on a dry one. We start with an EQ, so we can basically shape the sound before it goes into compression. In this case, we want to focus on the highs and on the mids, which means we're going to take number one, we're going to change it into a low cut, and we're going to drag it up until more or less here. This keeps the parallel signal tight without muddy low end buildup. Then we add utility. You find utility at the same spot as you find the other effects. Just go down until you find the U and drag down utility after the EQ. Because we just removed a lot with the EQ, use the gain to bring the level back up. To check if the level is actually right, just toggle the dry chain on and off and adjust the utility gain on the New York chain until both chains sound more or less equal in volume. That way you know that the New York chain will actually hit the compressor that we're gonna add next properly and not just disappear in the blend. That's what I'm talking about. You can actually also use a bit of width on utility to make our New York chain sound a bit wider than the original one, but be careful with that. Don't max it out too much. Too much width and the drum sound and other sounds may actually sound phasey, and we don't want that. And especially when you check the mix in mono, this might be actually a problem. Now we're going to add the compressor to the New York chain. We are using the glue compressor here and soft clip enabled. We will set this glue compressor now very fast in attack and very fast in release, so it catches basically every transient and keeps the chain very energetic and very dense. Now we're going to lower the threshold until the compression is clearly heavy. For that, make a loop around our drum sound and start playing it, and then take down the threshold. The chain that we built now is already very characteristic and shapes the sound a lot. Let's blend it into the original dry sound to test how it actually works with the original drum sound. I hope you can hear the difference too. It makes the drums tighter, a bit snappier, a bit cooler, nicer. As a final safety net, now we're gonna add another glue compressor at the very end of the full drum chain. Also soft clip enabled. Be aware, this glue compressor has to work outside of the audio effect rack, so it's coming afterwards. This glue compressor number 2 is basically the opposite from the first one that we put on the New York chain. By opposite, I mean that this glue compressor is set on slow attack and slow release, so it only steps in when something really jumps out. Think of it as a gentle clipper maybe. If a transient jumps too loud, they get softly shaped with this compressor so the drums stay controlled and you have no distortion problems on the master afterwards. And that's basically it. You can fine-tune the whole setup with two main controls. How much signal you feed into the New York chain with the EQ, and how much of the compressed chain you blend in back with the dry signal. And that's basically how you get the drums to hit harder and feel more alive, by using New York compression instead of your typical parallel compression. With two glue compressors doing two different jobs, plus EQ and utility shaping what feeds into the first compressor. Let's hear it one more time. Let's play a bit around with the EQ and the volume from the New York chain. And by the way, this technique is not only for drums. You can use New York compression on your vocals, on your mix, on bass, on so many different things. Basically anywhere where you want more density and energy without losing the original character. If you don't want to rebuild the setup every single time again, I totally get it and we got you. We actually built a super easy rack for you. It comes with Rack Attack Volume 2 with more creative and mixing racks for Ableton. It's for free and you can download it with the link in the description. Once you download it, you can just drop it in your session on every track you want. Just dial in your New York compression amount and you're good to go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope to see you in the next one. My name's ODNP. Bye.